Hey guys, and welcome to another landing page audit from the Landing Page Guys. Don't forget, if you aren't already, make sure you join the Landing Page Lab. This is basically where you can request a free landing page audit that I'm about to do and you're about to see in this video. You can easily do that by going to landingpagelab.com. Also, if you're watching a replay of this, make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you comment. Let us know if you liked the video. Click the thumbs up. But furthermore, let's get into this. So let's have a look at what pages have come up this week. There's quite a few pages, so I'm going to fly through them. As ever, we've got our trusty tools, builtwith.com, which basically tells me what the landing page or website's built with. And then I've got tools.pingdom.com. Some of you may use GT metrics, but this is the best available free tool to check your load speeds and stuff like that. So we're going to start on this page here. It seems like it's a property management lead generation page. I'm just going to run it through these two tools, as I said, to see what comes back, because these are ever so important. Looking at it, gravity form, so we're looking at WordPress. Yeah, there we go, WordPress. So this is built on WordPress, which is fine. Typically speaking, if you're doing lead generation and you just have like one page landing page like this, WordPress can be overkill. The issue with WordPress is it adds to your load speeds, and of course, as we know by now by watching many of our videos and inside the Landing Page Lab where we share these tips, load speed is kind of so important when it comes to paid media. However, it's loading at 2 seconds, which isn't too bad. For a lead gen page like this size, we'd like to get that under the sub 2 seconds. But 2 seconds isn't too bad. There's a few things you can do here, but it looks like you've already compressed and optimized your images and videos, so that's good. Having a look at the page here, what I'll say about this is the most confusing thing about this page is the amount of distractions you have on this page. And what I mean by this is we always stick by the mantra of keep it simple, stupid. So a lot of you would have heard of that mantra, but a lot of you don't practice the KISS kind of methodology. And what that is not having too many distractions, not confusing the messaging, and not confusing the call to action. Now, what I mean by this is you can see clearly above the fold, I've got view pricing options, I've got contact us now, I've got a call us, I've got a send a message button, I've got some strange kind of coupon section over here, and I've got a form. So I've got kind of like 6 or 7 different call to actions all within the above the fold on this landing page. Now, you might think that's good to have like your call, your phone number, your buttons, your pricing, your instant messaging, send us a message kind of form. But what you're actually doing is distracting that user from that one simple choice. If you just, for example, have a form, which we advise, or you just, for example, have a phone call if you prefer phone calls, they've got no other options, so they're going to take that option. So you're actually confusing people, and more times than none, if people are faced with too many decisions, they don't make one. So let's make their decision for them. So what I recommend here is you get rid of all the things. If it's just a call that, if your conversion goal is a phone call, just have the call. Get rid of the form, get rid of the contact us now buttons, get rid of the few pricing options, just have that click to call button. However, if it's a lead, so a form, submit through this form, then just have this form. As far as layout above the fold, the left-hand side isn't too bad, the right-hand side is all wrong. And I'm just going to quickly briefly explain. So again, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I've got a lot of pages to get through on this audit. But if you look up the AIDA principle, attention, interest, desire, action, that's exactly how your pages should flow. So above the fold, you need to get their attention. We are experts in downtown San Diego property management. That's great, but we're not really talking about a benefit. All we're talking about is what you are and what you do. You're not telling people what you are doing for them. So you need to switch this whole kind of content to benefit the user. So what you need to say instead is something like, we save you time, money, and hassle managing your property. Something like that, because that's more speaking towards your consumers, and it's that benefit over the feature that does so well. So switch that headline, save time and money, less work. That's better. That's more of a benefit to the user. That's much better. You've got a cool video here. I'm not going to watch this video, but it's good that you've got video. Video is really important. And then you've got view pricing, contact, and call us. So get rid of all 3 of these. The main thing you're missing above the fold here is a testimonial. So you're missing a a previous client who said something positive about your business. So if it was me, I would get rid of all of these here and put that testimonial here. You need a testimonial above the fold. If anyone's watching this, I preach this every single week inside landingpagelab.com. If you haven't got a testimonial above the fold on your landing pages, you're losing out on money, because it's all about that trust. It's all about that authenticity. It's about that people associating that other people have used you and you're a real business, and you do a good job. The reason I said the right hand side of the page is bad is because this looks very, very cheap, this current promo. So what I would do is I would have this maybe at the top as like a banner that's really thin. It's taking up too much real estate, because what you're doing is you're pushing that all important form below the fold. This should be the first thing on this right hand side above the fold. So this form here needs to be up here. I like your bullet points, but again, they should probably be moved to the left hand side. So maybe nudge the video and put them beside the video. All of this can go because you don't need to confuse the messaging. So for me, this becomes a sticky kind of notification bar at the top that's very thin and doesn't take up too much real estate, and then all of this goes and you pull your form right up. This is fine, you can have this because it's telling people that they simply just fill out their form, but the form 100% needs to be above the fold. You're losing again conversions because people will see they basically have 3 seconds to get your value proposition across. Now I can see that clearly you are property managers, but you're not telling me how that will benefit me, and you're not showing me how I can get in touch with you with one clear, simple call to action. And I think that's the biggest fault on this page. Scrolling down, the second section is always interest, so you need to pique my interest. So this is cool. Why choose us? It's very basic, but it's the kind of context behind it is good. Maybe put some icons beside these to symbolize and break it up a little bit. Then we go into the desire section, which you've got. So very good. Again, you're following that AIDA principle. These are good. So all you need to do is just grab one of these, like a little bit of this, for example, and the picture. You've got real pictures, which is really important. Satisfy client and the name, that's perfect. And put that above the fold here. Honestly, that will increase your conversion rate. So you've got your desire. Meet the team. I think that's kind of important, definitely on a kind of lead gen page like this, because people want to work with real people. So I do think that's important. So this is good. Why choose us? I would move this section to the second section here, because this is more like an interest. You're piquing my interest. You're showing me why I should choose you. So this should be moved up, and so should this. Okay, so you've now got get started as well, call to actions. So I feel like this should probably, these two sections here, they're good. They should be your second section. So you should pull these up just to below the fold, and then you have your desire section. And then you have, I think you're probably missing an FAQ. So add an FAQ just above this call to action section at the bottom. And all you want to do with your FAQ is basically write the top 8 to 10 questions that you get asked the most on the phone. When people call you, what are those questions that they ask you? And the reason we do this is because you don't want to give them an excuse to have a question that's unanswered, to click away from your landing page and never speak to you again. Or you don't want to have that kind of phone call whereby you spend half an hour on the phone when you could have just got the message clear and concise on that page. Don't give them an excuse to get off this landing page. You want to put everything on that page. So that's why you can utilize an FAQ here above that call to action. Then you have the form, that's fine. You need to repeat that action at the bottom following that AIDA principle. These logos are good. I would put these above the fold as well. So just put them down here because they're all about that trust. And this is fine as well. Another thing you might want to try is we always put emojis on buttons. It just tends to work better. But there's lots of things that you do right on this page, but there's lots of things you can improve. And hopefully I've just kind of shown you in this video. Moving on to the next one. So again, I'm going to use our trusty tools. I'm just going to have a sip of my drink as well, but let's just put these in here whilst we wait for the results. Again, load speed is crucial. Don't forget, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, comment if these videos help you. Same inside the lab. If you're not inside the lab, it's 100% free, landingpagelab.com. We've got thousands of people in there sharing conversion rate optimization tips. If you're watching this in the lab and it's helped you, please comment. It really, really encourages us to do more of these. So, built with. This is built on Shopify. That's good. And we're going to have a look at the load time. Very good load time for Shopify, 1.59 seconds. That's a really good load time. So you've clearly optimized your page for load time and optimized the images and stuff. And I can see that this is a good start. There's some really good things you can do on this page, which I'm excited about because I think you can make a big difference with little changes. The first thing is it's too busy. So above the fold is too busy, and I think the main reason is that you've tried to squeeze as much as you can in a small space, which is good. And I always continuously say to people, you want to get all these important elements above the fold. Either you've watched our videos before, or you just know what works because you're utilizing all the conversion principles we would, but it's just a bit too busy. So the main thing I think is the problem is this here. So this here seems like it's a button because you've got this solid background, and I think it distracts from this button. So I would get rid of this section here or push it below the fold. Like, you need to give a bit more spacing. If you move all of this down below the fold, and these trusted, which are brilliant by the way, this is all trust. These trusted by icons should just sort of lie below the fold here. And that would just give you a bit more real estate above the fold to lay it out nicer. What do you do with that real estate? So this comes down here. The video is great. The bullet points are really good. You've clearly watched our videos, or you know what you're doing. But I would add 2 more bullet points, so you've got 5. That can then push this down a little bit. And then the major things you're missing above the fold is, 1, a testimonial. You haven't got a testimonial. I say it again. I'll say it every time I see someone without a testimonial above the fold. Put a testimonial above the fold, just below this button, and then maybe above the button you need to put payment seals. So it's clear that this is on Shopify. It's something that you can buy. It says get next link now. Put some payment seals above this. So whatever card processors you accept, whether that's PayPal, Amex, Visa, MasterCard, put those little seals above the button. It's all about that trust. Okay, I know I fire through these videos and fire through some tips because I'm trying to get through so many at once, but I also want to explain why. So when people see these kind of icons like Visa, Amex, MasterCard, PayPal, that kind of thing, they really trust in those kind of brands, and they think if you use them, you're a trustable source. So make sure you add them above your buy buttons. Again, you need that testimonial. So it's good. I would just move this down, move everything down, add 5 points, add some payment card processing icons, and add a testimonial above the fold. The only other thing on here above the fold that I would change, it's really good to be honest, but there are some improvements, is add an emoji on this button. So get next link now, maybe put in a cart emoji or a pointing finger emoji. That will work really well. Going down to that interest section, again guys, I'm not going to go into it, but ADA principle, make sure you look it up. Interest, you need to pique my interest. So the problem with many, okay, next thing just requires 10 minutes. Okay, cool, because you're talking about the benefits. This is good. You're talking that it says it takes 10 minutes of my time, costs less than physical therapy. That's a great benefit for me, really good. Created by a licensed therapist, kind of feature heavy there, so maybe switch that to more benefits. But these are all benefits. These are really good. So this is a good section. Again, maybe add an emoji to the button, but it's good with those payment card icons above the button. This is good. Again, really nice visual section here. Keep your neck in check. Positive side effects. Easy to set up. This is the perfect example of how to use benefits over features. You're talking about a client saving money. It's safe and reliable. It's positive side effects. You're not talking about why it has the positive side effects or the medicinal or kind of scientific reasons behind those side effects. You're just telling people it has positive side effects, which is the way it should be. Okay, using the next link. If it was me, this section here, using the next sling is simple, should be the second section of your site. So move this to this section here, because people always want to know straight away, how easy is it for me to use this product? And you've done it very good, and visually it's 1, 2, 3. So I would say using the next sling is as simple as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but that should be your second section. So just move this up. Then we go on to desire, what people are saying. Really good section. So again, just grab this referral and put it above the fold. But that's really good. Desire, you need more testimonials. Maybe get 3, 4 lines, but you need more. Or the alternative thing is you can put like some 5 stars above here with your testimonial, or you just put some stars above here saying like rated 5 stars by 1,000 plus customers, or however many customers. And then you've got your call to action section here. So this is good. Bundling these like this works very well. I'm not sure. I would split test having best deal and most popular. I would probably just have best deal, because again, what you're doing when you're having best deal and most popular is you're giving people 2 similar decisions. Whereas if you just have one standout best deal, it kind of it kind of it stands out a bit more. When you say free shipping, I find it works far better if you use the content or copy that says you have qualified for free shipping, because again, it makes people feel a little bit special. It's not like you're giving free shipping to everyone. You might want to like blink this in the text and say something like, congratulations, you have qualified for free shipping, because it just makes me think, oh, that's great, I've qualified for that free shipping. So I would just have one of these stand out, the middle one probably, and yeah, change that text here. But the way you've done this is really good. We have seen recently that if you switch these from kind of 3 across the page to 3 down the page, it works very well as well, like just sort of 3 very thin kind of down the page packages, but this looks good as well. The FAQs, don't make them click out. Don't make them click into this. You should have these FAQs on the page. So either above or below this section, and then have another call to action button. I would probably just do it below. So below here, just expand these FAQs by default. Don't have them click it. These are really good questions, and people shouldn't have to go looking for them, because a lot of people won't even see this section, and they would have wanted to ask you a question, and they won't buy your product because they don't have the answer to that question. So you've got the questions here, they're just hidden. Why would you hide them? So make sure you expand those FAQs. Again, by all your buy buttons here, you need those payment seals, and you also need to repeat a testimonial just below this as well. So it's lots and lots of things to improve on, but a very, very good page, good example of not a bad page at all. With those things that I've just suggested, you can make some really big improvements. Okay, moving on. This looks like it's just a product page. And what I'm going to do on this product page, I'm not going to give you too much feedback on it, purely because it goes against everything that we stand for. And I'll explain. When you drive traffic to a product page, you're basically driving traffic to an inner page on your website where there's so many traffic distractions. You're limited, and this is obviously built on WooCommerce or Shopify. Let's have a look. It's built on Shopify, so even more so on Shopify, you're limited to the layout, you're limited to the content that you can put on the page. You have all these different distractions, you have Facebook icons, all these other kind of links that people will click through and get lost on, and you're wasting money driving paid media to a product page. You need to create direct response sales pages like this for your products, because these convert 10 times better than these product pages. And again, the reason is you've got all these different links, and people who come from your traffic will just start clicking these links. It happens all the time. You know, why would you have a share icon? You don't care less if someone shares your product page. All you really care about is that they buy. But that's what starts happening. People start clicking on different things, they get distracted. 20 minutes later, they're on Facebook and they don't know why, and you've just paid for that click. So you shouldn't be driving paid media to product pages. You know, for example, our clients are getting 1% conversion rates, between 1 and 2% conversion rates, driving paid media to product pages. But when they start to build direct response sales pages with us, they're seeing like massive uplifts, 2-3x what they're getting. So anything between like 3 and 10% plus conversion rates. And when you're doing paid traffic, every click counts. But there's a few things I would suggest. You need to lay this out way better. So 2 reviews isn't enough. You need a physical review in here as well. You need to paste one of these reviews above the fold here. You need those payment seals by the add to cart button. So like you have here, these payment seals, you need to add these above the add to cart button, and you need to make sure that this looks way better. So this should be bullet formed instead. So you need a very clear title which tells us why this product's going to benefit a user, and then you have the bullet points, 5 bullet points with some bold text telling me why this is so good. Again, I can't do too much feedback on this just because it's not really what we do. As far as product pages, of course we make stores, and of course we advise that everyone has stores. But as far as conversion principles, if you're doing paid media, you need to build direct response sales pages. Moving on, this looks like another lead generation page. So let's have a look what it's built with and how quick it loads. Let's have a sip of my water. Again, guys, don't forget, if you're watching this video and you want your landing page, it's Convertory, you want your landing page audited, make sure you head to landingpagelab.com and yeah, just join the free group. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, give me a comment, let me know if this helped. But let's get into this page here. So I'm pretty sure this page is on Convertory. Yes, it is, which is a landing page builder. Again, we don't recommend landing page builders. You'll see far better results outside of a builder. However, if you're going to use one, Convertory is one of the best ones, purely because of this fact. they have very low, very quick loading landing pages. So under 1 second, sub 1 second is great. But let's get into this landing page. So this is clearly for a cleaning and restoration company that restaurates and cleans your floor. So visually above the fold, good, not bad at all. Get a free quote on professional hardcore restoration. Again, you might want to get a few more benefits in there. Like, why would I want that free quote? What's it going to do? So maybe just switch that to say something like, affordable and amazing results, cleaning your floors, get a free quote now in the Brighton surrounding areas. Just something that's a bit more beneficial to that user. Another thing you're missing above the fold is those bullet points. So you've got lots of real estate here to play with on the left hand side. So I would just, like you've kind of done here, this, by the way, get a free floor maintenance kit worth $59 quid. I've got no idea, like, this is confusing messaging for me. Like, why am I getting that? What's that good for? I'm here because I want someone to clean my floor. So maybe this should be like more of a notification at the top that explains it a bit more, like, plus, we'll give you a free maintenance kit worth 59 quid with every clean, or something like that. In this section here, you need to put your bullet points, 3 to 5 bullet points of why I should use this service. What's the benefit for me? This form looks very good, sticks out, stands out. See where I'm saying this page here, this is what you need to do. Like, look at this, I can't even fill in the form. The form looks awful here as well. This is the kind of form you want to do. By the way, guys, make sure you change your favicon from convert tree to a kind of logo. Again, we would advise against having a call, click to call and a form, but if that's how your client gets results, that's fine. But this looks good above the form. Fold, maybe put an emoji on this button, see if that uplifts, but the way you've done this is really good. So simply fill in our 30-second form, we'll get back to you with a quote. That's really, really good. So moving down, you've also got the accredited in. This is kind of like brands and as seen in, so these are perfect. This is really, really good. Again, not too much to do above the fold, just add those bullet points and make sure you get this across better. Moving down, I know whose page this is, and they do follow our audits and they do follow our kind of videos, so they've obviously taken note, which is great. So the kind of benefits over features, the interest section in the ADA principle, where we're saying, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. You've done that, that's great. Maybe make this a little bit more visual. You might want to try kind of adding these kind of things, 1, 2, 3, just to make it look a little bit more visual, but this looks good. The most thorough clean you've ever seen, and it's free. Okay, so you've got a video. Again, this might be better off above the fold. You might want to just put that above here. But this is good. This is a good example, but for everyone, okay, so you've got them here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you've got our services include, that's fine. Again, you're missing a kind of testimonial beside this button. Wherever you've got call to action buttons on whatever you do, try and support them with, say, for example, payment seals, with a testimonial, with 5 stars, with something that ensures trust. Anywhere on your page, always try and kind of support them. Again, above the fold, you could have those 5 stars, kind of like rated 5 out of 5 from previous customers. Then you've got kind of, so you've got interest, desire, we're missing. So you've got the amazing work, that's great, but then where's the testimonials? Where's the section that says, I've used this service before? There's no trust on this page whatsoever apart from this one thing, and one testimonial is not good enough. So we need a desire section that says about the kind of testimonials and how good this service is. These images are really good, but we need it backed up by real people. For all I know, you could have just got these images from anywhere. So you need to make sure that it's backed up from real testimonials. Then I would add an FAQ. All those questions that people want to ask, how long does it take you? How much does it cost? Do you come to my house? Do you price the job without seeing it? What's your waiting list? How quickly can you get to me? All those questions need to be in an FAQ. And then you need another call to action section with another testimonial and another button. So definitely some work to be made on this one. Now moving across to the next page. Let's have a look again what this one's built with. This one looks like a sales page. And again, sorry guys, I'm firing through. We had loads of replies in the lab this week. Make sure you join the lab at landingpagelab.com. So let's have a look what this is built with. It might be HTML, which is good. Okay, so this looks like it's a kind of custom page. Yep, that's good. So your speed should be pretty quick. Let's have a look. Yes, it is perfect, under 1 second, and that's why we say you should go custom, because you can get really quick load speeds. Okay, so clear skin is only a step away. Okay, discover the easy solution to virtually eliminate blackheads in seconds. Buy now, wonderful. Okay, cool. So you've got some really good elements above the fold. Again, you've clearly watched our videos or have seen some previous videos in the lab, because you've got the kind of all the elements, most of the elements above the fold that we would suggest. You've got those 5 stars, which is brilliant. You've got the buy now buttons. You've got the testimonial. Now, few big problems with this above the fold is clear skin is only 1 step away. That's fine. I would make that all 1 line so that you've got more room here. Discover the easy solution. That's great. Bold some of these words. So discover the easy solution in seconds. Make sure they're bold. You've got your buy now button, but it doesn't stand out enough because your main style guide, your main color is the grays and the blacks and this color, and then your button is that same color, so it kind of blends in with all the rest of the page. So your call to action buttons, like look at that, you can't even see the button, don't stand out enough. So make that button like an orange color or a red color, add an emoji to it as well. And I would try more descriptive text on your button. So try something like get mine now, or brush my order, or something. Buy now is just too simple and it just doesn't get clicked enough. Another major problem above here, I love this, but your product is about skin. Now, skin's a very visual product and you've got no picture of someone who's clearly improved their skin. So you need to make sure you have a real picture here. And I would try and get like a real picture of someone above the fold as well. Have you been featured anywhere? Have you been this product been featured in any articles? Get those brands we trust in logos down here. And again, you've got these free shipping worried. These are all really good, but I would possibly, actually no, it's fine. I would somehow put some more benefits in some bullet points here. So put this all on 1 line, which instantly gives you all this real estate to play with. So you can put like 3 bullet points in here, how this product benefits me above the fold. We then go down to interest. Deep extraction. Okay, so your easy treatment, safe to use, beauty in a box. Okay, so the interest section, you need another section above here that shows me again that kind of 1, 2, 3, that how easy it is to use. So think of this, and you can visually do that with these diagrams. So you can actually probably just do it with this, but yeah, it should be like it's so easy to use 1, 2, 3, and how easy it is to use. Then you kind of broken down to me the interest, deep extraction, instant treatment, safe to use. These are really good, but again, this text is just too boring. So make sure you bold some of them. Maybe you want to split some of it into bullet points, put some green tick marks beside it. But the main problem is you need that section that says like how easy it is to use. This could be that section, to be fair. You just need to reword some of your titles and put a big title at the top that's saying it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 or something. 1, easily deep distraction. 2, it's an instant treatment, works quickly. 3, it's fully safe to use, that kind of thing. So just reword that section, I think. Another thing, again, as you've seen me say on other sales pages, just add those buy buttons. So those credit card processor icons by the buttons. Moving down, beauty in a box, user guide. Okay, that's cool. You're kind of saying what's in the box, but you haven't said that. You've just said beauty in the box, and then you've just given some 1-word boring kind of text here. I would expand this. I would say what's in the box, then say serial face device. What is the device? Tell me the benefit. The all new amazing product, blah blah blah. User guide. Okay, now that sounds very boring. What's in the user guide? So expand on that. Easy to follow user guide that walks you through the whole process to clean skin. Lifetime warranty, great, but what is it? You're always guaranteed. If you don't like the product, send it back. So you need to expand on that a little bit. Again, change the color of the call to action. Again, change the text. Okay, I'm not going to say that on every call to action, but you need to change the text. Add an emoji, put a testimonial, put those credit card processor icons against every button, guys. Love it or your money back. That's the money back guarantee. That's fine. Again, but this button just gets lost, so you need to change that. Put a testimonial above it. Put those credit cards. Then we get down to desire. So that's the testimonial section. This is good. I find this weird how it goes from 1 down to 5. I think it should be flipped. It should go down from, normally it's 5 down to 1, because when I instantly looked at this, I was like, what? They've got no 5-star reviews, because you instantly think the top one is the 5 stars. So just, if you can, flip these around, go from 5 down to 1. You've got testimonials, but again, like nowhere on this page are you showing me anyone with clean skin. There's nothing on here that's saying that you're a real brand with real clients, apart from kind of this, but like you've got fake. I would say these are fake testimonials, because you're not even showing me the picture of these people. So you need to make sure that these are real testimonials. Get some videos in this desire section of before and afters. I know you've got to be careful with Facebook usage policies and stuff with before and afters, but you can definitely get some videos of your clients. Frequently asked questions, that's a good section, that's fine. But you might want to show that these expand, so maybe put like a plus sign next to them so that people know that you click on it. I know it because I'm tech savvy, but most people won't know that these expand. They'll just see them and be like, well, where's the answer? So maybe auto expand the top one and then show plus buttons next to it. Now this is way better. You see these seals? This needs to go next to every single button. You need a physical review down here on the call to action section as well. But yeah, there's some really good things you can work on here. It's not the worst page, but there's definitely some improvements to be made. Okay, moving on. I'm going to fire through these last few quickly. Again, guys, make sure you join me live in the lab. If you're not in there, go to landingpagelab.com. It's a free group where we discuss skyrocketing your conversion rates every single day. Also, if you're more interested in what we do here and how we can improve your conversion rates, go to landingpageguys.com. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. But let's get into these last few pages. So this one seems like an advertorial kind of style page. It's a short, sharp guide to the next financial crisis. Okay, so you're clearly kind of doing some finance. It's probably some form of investment opportunity. I'm just looking down the page. But to me, it looks like okay, so it's an ebook. Okay, so you're selling an ebook. Okay, so you're built custom, fine. Low speed very quickly, great. You fully optimize your page, that's good. Okay, so we're looking at an advertorial. Normally with advertorials, what works best is actually making it look like an advertorial, like an independent site has written this, as opposed to just a kind of plain article. How do you do that? Well, you make it look more like a blog. You put in an actual header with a logo. It could be called like thefinancialreview.com or something. A sidebar works with a stickied widget, so that when you scroll, there's a stickied widget that will sell the ebook. But let's have a quick look. Here's a short, sharp guide to the next financial crisis. Okay, the next day, you don't have to be one of them. To avoid the fate, you must understand a few things. Okay, so you're basically kind of walking them through the kind of next financial crisis. You're warning them that this is not financial advice. So I'm just taking a look because this isn't the standard page. Don't agree, get a full refund. Okay. Who's it going for? Okay, so again, this is obviously an advertorial style page, and the one thing that stands out to me on this page is that kind of AIDA principle. So you have no zero testimonials, you have no social proof, you have 0 case studies of previous people who have purchased this ebook or done this. And I think that's really what you kind of need to get across more. You need to follow that AIDA principle, even if it's an advertorial. So above the fold, you need this is where the kind of testimonial should come in. I previously used this product and it's led me to financial freedom, or whatever you're trying to do. Although it's kind of like a text article page, you can still get in some reviews. So you need some reviews here of people who have done this before. And it just needs to be a little bit more visual. Again, take a look at your color palettes. Like all your titles are this bright yellow. However, your buttons are bright yellow as well. So sometimes people can just go blind to that call to action. So switch that color up from maybe like a green. You need more buttons going down the fold. You may want to hyperlink some of the text as well to link through to your offer. But again, I would make this look more like an advertorial. I think it would convert a lot better if it was a kind of third-party advertorial on like a proper kind of like blog page with a sidebar, a side widget that scrolls with the call to action in there. But the main thing I can say about this is you really need to get some kind of trust and social proof in here. So testimonials, previous people who've got results from what you're trying to sell. The branding and stuff's cool, but the kind of way you've done it could definitely use some work. Switching through to this one, which looks like a multi-step sort of page. Let's have a look. So just running it through. Okay, one more tip to double the female metabolism. Okay, so if you want my honest opinion, and I am always very, very honest, as you know, on these. Okay, it's built with ClickFunnels, so probably why. Very, very honest when it comes to these pages. So I don't know where that's gone. I'll pull that one back up. God, let's just open it in the tab again. Yes, I'm always very honest when it comes to these audits and reviews. This just looks beyond amateur. I'm sorry if that kind of offends you, but it's a very, very basic page, and it's almost kind of quite lazy. The way, like, for example, even this text isn't aligned with this image, so you've got this big spacing here, which means that your call to actions don't fit above the fold. So you really need to work on this. So one weird tip that, okay, so it's kind of clickbaity. Rogue researchers, not skinny yet fat. It works well to big pharma countries who profit treating threatening. Okay, so this is clearly like a pre-sale that you probably go to a weight loss offer. But you just need to make it more trustworthy. To me, if I landed on this page, I would instantly think scam. And how would you do that? Well, you need a professional design, personally, I feel. Instead of doing like some kind of gimmicky, scammy kind of thing like this, why don't you take them through like a proper multi-step quiz that kind of asks these questions, but in a professional way, as opposed to these like funny GIFs and kind of bold statements like this that just look really clickbaity and spammy. I think you'd be much better actually creating a professional looking multi-step funnel that kind of actually had some trust about it. But again, like these kind of pages we just don't really touch because they're not they're just not really trustworthy, and it kind of screams scam to me. However, I feel if you just kind of updated this to look far more professional, you use the kind of like ADA principle, you put in those kind of social proof and testimonials above the fold. You definitely need to bring this above the fold. When I load the page, there's no call to action above the fold. There's nothing that I can actually do. Obviously, I have to scroll down to click yes or no. But let's click through some of them. Okay, do BC can only be treated no. Have you gained? Let's say yes. Okay, so a multi-step. But again, like these pictures just look stocky, untrustworthy, just don't look kind of genuine. And I know sometimes these pages work, but I think you'd have far better results creating some actual brand and some trust with a real kind of authentic and good looking funnel. Whatever I click, I'm sure you're going to send me off to a sales page. Okay, so yeah, it's ClickFunnels. It just looks cheap and tacky. Again, like this page just looks awful, like white text on a blue background. You can't really read it. Let's click I agree, and then okay, so you take me off to another page. I can't say too much about this sort of page because we just don't really agree with them. They're just not the sort of pages that we would do. If we did, we would turn them into a far more professional and trustworthy looking page. But the main thing I can say to you is you need to put some social proof in here, you need to get some testimonials in, and you need to bring this above the fold, because right now when I load this, I don't even know where there's a button. In fact, the buttons aren't really clear on ClickFunnels anyway. It's just like two little toggles that just don't, I wouldn't say really would perform. So yeah, sorry I can't give you too much feedback on that. And then, okay, moving on to the very last one. This page here. And let's have a look at the speed. Okay, so this is... Okay, so it looks like it's just custom built, possibly. Oh, content manager, so website X5. I'm guessing that's kind of some sort of CMS. I've never used it before, but you're probably using like a drag and drop builder. Let's have a look at the load time. Under 2 seconds, not too bad, but let's have a look at the actual page. So what is the one of the worst fears that most people over the 50 have? It's that as they get older, they won't be able to look after themselves. Okay, that's fine, not a bad statement, but I'll be honest, like, okay, there's so much to improve on this page. It's crazy, and I can't do it justice on this video. I can't break down every single section, but a few things I will quickly point out to you. First and foremost, the first thing I do when I see this page is I see this image of you with this background, and I click off the page because it's clearly photoshopped. That's clearly not a real picture. View cut out on a kind of background, and that to me straight away screams, you know, if you can't even be bothered to post a real picture on your landing page, then you're not going to be bothered about your product, and that to me will just have me clicking away straight away. So I think that needs to be changed. You've obviously got this nice picture of yourself. You don't need to put that background on, just maybe have a picture of yourself. Tai Chi, okay, so what is okay, so I get the title and I get the reply, but really you want to, again, flip it to a benefit when you're talking about this. So it's good because you've got like these benefits here. They just need to be a bit clearer in your headline and sub-headline. So it needs to be something like, you know, do you fear that you won't be able to look after yourself over the age of 50? Well, fear not, because Tai Chi is the #1 answer, because it improves your thinking, memory, and mobility, and you'll have a better life, or something like that. Should be above here. You've got these kind of this description, these bullet points. This is great, but this visually needs to look better. You need to bold some of the important things. You need to change these from like little text bullet points to like maybe some tick boxes. And then you're missing two of the most important elements above the fold. One is that call to action. There's no button, there's no form, there's no call button. There's nothing that I can do above the fold to get in touch with you or book whatever you want me to book. So you need some form of button above the fold. And then two is the social proof. I keep saying it in every single one of my videos, but you need a testimonial or someone who's taken your course and your Tai Chi. I'm sure it's a brilliant course, above the fold. So change this to be more beneficial. Switch this image out. This should be more attractive. It's good. You've got bullet points. Add another bullet point, by the way. Even odd bullet points always do better than even. Add that testimonial and a call to action button. Now scrolling down, you need to pique my interest. This is just plain text. It's just too boring. You just need to make this a lot more kind of fun with icons, with bold elements, with tick boxes, with how tell me how this benefits me and how easy it is for me to do it. So you need like a kind of, again, like an interest section that says like, you know, you can get in touch with me you can get started straight away and start feeling the benefits, and then, you know, tell me what those benefits are and how I can get started with you really quickly. Again, there's still no call to action. There's no call to action on any of this page. There's no buttons. There's nothing that's saying get in touch. You've got a testimonial here, but if I was just scrolling down your page, it would get lost. I wouldn't even see it because it's plain text. It's on the background. It's the same text as all the other text. So you need to have a proper testimonial on here. I mean, if you've got the budget, and I'm not saying use us, but you don't have to. I'm here to offer some free advice, but you need to pay to get a professional to do this landing page, because it doesn't do what it should do. You know, for example, like, it's just all plain text. You know, no disrespect to you at all, but it's clear that you don't really code. So you need someone who can put in some non-plain text, proper sections for this landing page. Again, you've got testimonial, that's great, but you need way more. So we need more testimonials. We also need pictures of these people. That's the desire section. So, you know, you've got the right principles. You've got attention, interested with this text. You just need to jazz it up. Desire with the testimonials, that's great. And then action, you're telling me what I get for my money. So this is good, but it just kind of looks like a bit of a mess. It's just kind of like a list of plain text. Nothing's bold, nothing's formatted, nothing looks structured. So I would put this in kind of like a pricing chart. That would look way better. A couple of my sample lessons. Okay, this is good that you've got these sample lessons, that's fine. But these should probably be higher up in that interest section here. Like below here, you should say something like, why not take a look at some of my sample lessons? That would look fine down here. Your instructors, again, I think that's important, but your image quality is really, really poor. This is a blurred image. I don't know why we're kind of doing this effect around it either, but you need to get better quality images. And then I think it's important that you obviously write some information about yourself. But for example, like Lee, she's got like one sentence, whereas you've got like 4 or 5 paragraphs. So I think you need to expand on Lee's section here. And then you've got the call to action right at the bottom of the page. So if you follow what I'm saying, there's no buttons or no call to actions down this page until I scroll right to the bottom. And most people won't even scroll around here. You've got your currency converter and your payments thing here, but there's no trust here. There's nothing telling me what payment processor you're using, what cards I can use. There's nothing telling me you've got money back guarantee. There's no testimonial. There's no trust here whatsoever. So you need to add all those sections. Take a look at like when I was viewing this page and stuff like this and the other pages like this. This is how your page should look. This is how your call to action section should look, with a buy now button, with reviews, with the payment seals, with clear instructions of what you're getting and how much it is. And none of that kind of comes across here. I think you're using quite an aged landing page builder or technology, and if you want my personal opinion, I would start again and kind of update that. Either way, guys, I know I can be brutal, I know I can be honest, but hopefully you appreciate my honesty. This is what we do every single day. We do between 50 and 100 projects per month, so we eat, sleep, live, breathe, repeat this every single day at the landing page guys office. So sorry for being harsh to some of you, but you know, these videos have proven to be so popular, and like some of the kind of tiny tweaks that people do can really boost your sales and boost your conversion rates. So hopefully you'll take this in the right way and take some action on it. And again, if you're watching this and you want a free audit yourself, head on over to landingpagelab.com, join me inside the lab. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Tell me if you like my honesty. Tell me if these audits help you. Comments really help me and encourage me to do more of these free audits. And don't forget, if you want a proposal on your landing page, head on over to landingpageguys.com, fill out the form, and myself or my sales team will get back to you. Hope these helped. Have a great day, and we'll see you again inside the Landing Page Lab.